When it comes to hilarious workplace comedies, The Office and Scrubs sit at the top of the genre for very different reasons. The Office, UK and US alike, thrived on awkward realism, dry wit, and cringe-inducing moments, while Scrubs balanced absurdist fantasy with genuine emotional depth, often in the same scene. Both shows developed cult followings for the way they dissected everyday life in totally unique work environments, an uninspiring paper company and a chaotic hospital, each through its own lens. One is painfully grounded, the other totally surreal, yet both reflect universal truths about workplace dynamics, ambition, and human connection. However, many fans of both are totally unaware of a British series that effortlessly blended Scrubs' offbeat medical mayhem with the bone-dry, passive-aggressive humor of The Office. A hilarious workplace comedy that aired in the mid-2000s, this series that blends Scrubs and The Office has since developed a cult following of its own, with a reputation demonstrated by an impressive 86% critics score and a whopping 95% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. While it's still criminally underrated, Green Wing may just be the perfect bridge between two of the most beloved comedies of all time. Fans of both Scrubs and The Office need to watch Green Wing. This surreal hospital sitcom blends absurdist chaos with awkward office politics. Airing between 2004 and 2007, the intensely underrated UK sitcom Green Wing follows the lives of doctors, surgeons, and admin staff at the fictional East Hampton Hospital, and it immediately sets itself apart with a blend of unconventional pacing, exaggerated editing, and off-the-wall characters. Unlike Scrubs, which focused almost exclusively on doctors, Green Wing treats its non-medical staff with just as much narrative weight. From HR manager Joanna Claw, Pippa Hayward, to the lovably incompetent consultant radiologist Alan Statham, Mark Heap, everyone gets a turn in the spotlight. The result is a full-spectrum look at hospital life that includes everything from bizarre surgical competitions to bitter HR feuds. Fans of The Office will appreciate the dry, deadpan delivery and cringe-fueled interpersonal dynamics. There's an air of resigned awkwardness to the relationships in Green Wing, particularly when it comes to the sexual tension between surgical registrar Caroline Todd, Tamsin Gregg, and her two romantic rivals, the suave Dr. Guy Secreton, Stephen Mangan, and the introverted Dr. Mac McCartney, Julian Reintut. Meanwhile, Scrubs fans will feel right at home with Green Wing's surreal, hyper-edited visual style. Scenes are often sped up or slowed down for comedic effect, giving it a dreamlike rhythm that mirrors Scrubs' signature fantasy sequences. There are even closer parallels too, ones that bridge the gap between Scrubs and The Office effortlessly, ensuring Green Wing will appeal to fans of both. For example, there's Boyce, Oliver Chris, an anesthetist whose sole purpose in life seems to be trolling the uptight and perpetually flustered Statham. Their escalating prank war is a perfect hybrid of the JD versus janitor dynamic in Scrubs and the classic Jim versus Dwight rivalry from The Office. It's that kind of chaotic but cleverly balanced humor that makes Green Wing a hilarious workplace comedy for the ages, one that rewards rewatching and surprises even longtime fans. Few medical comedies have made hospitals as funny as Green Wing did. This hilarious workplace comedy proved that hospitals can be absurdly entertaining settings. Green Wing. Medical shows are traditionally dominated by drama, ER, Grey's Anatomy, House, and more recently The Good Doctor. However, making hospitals funny without losing authenticity is a trick only a few shows have pulled off. Scrubs did it with heart and fantasy, and Green Wing did it with chaos and character-driven absurdity. The hospital setting isn't just a backdrop in Green Wing, just like Scrubs, it's a source of constant comedic fuel. From ethically questionable surgical games to interdepartmental rivalries that spiral out of control, Green Wing finds humor in the bureaucracy and banality of the healthcare system. While some medical comedies burn out quickly, like 2025's Dr. Odyssey, Green Wing managed to deliver two-pack series and a final special, all of which maintained a consistent tone and sense of humor. What worked so well was the show's ability to tap into relatable workplace issues and heighten them with surreal exaggeration. Office politics, professional jealousy, miscommunications, and inappropriate crushes all feel hilariously magnified when set inside a supposedly life-or-death environment like a hospital. Green Wing managed to handle the comedic potential of a medical setting effortlessly, while managing to avoid getting lost in the unique context. The setting helped shape Green Wing, but the relatable characters, or, in some cases, the hilariously weird and unrelatable, are what elevated it to greatness. It also helps that Green Wing leaned heavily into visual comedy. Creator Victoria Pyle and the editing team created a bizarre rhythm that gave the show a unique identity. Characters dart through hallways at unnatural speeds, awkward silences stretch just a little too long, and sudden zooms punctuate punchlines in unexpected ways. This stylized absurdity helped it stand out not just from other medical comedies but from all workplace sitcoms. It's not just a hilarious workplace comedy, it's a genre-bending experiment that somehow works perfectly within the confines of a hospital. Green Wing features some cast members who went on to have huge careers. This hilarious workplace comedy helped launch several major stars. While Green Wing may not be as globally known as Scrubs or The Office, many of its cast members have since become household names, especially Olivia Colman, who appeared in both seasons and the special as the forever overwhelmed single mother Harriet Schulenburg. Coleman went on to win an Oscar for The Favorite and gained international acclaim in The Crown and Broadchurch. Then there's Michelle Gomez, who played the effortlessly confident liaison officer Sue White. Gomez would go on to become a standout performer in shows like Doctor Who, where she played Missy, one of the best versions of the Master, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and Doom Patrol. Tamsin Greig, who led Green Wing as the flustered but relatable Caroline Todd, became a British comedy mainstay in episodes Friday Night Dinner and Black Books. Mark Heap, too, continued to dominate UK sitcoms, with scene-stealing turns in Spaced, Friday Night Dinner, and Benidorm. Stephen Mangan and Julian Reintutt have both sustained high-profile careers across British television, with Mangan also starring in episodes alongside Greg. The show's connections to the larger British comedy universe don't stop there. Guest stars included early appearances from Stephen Merchant, The Office co-creator, and Last Week Tonight's John Oliver, both of whom would go on to break big in the US. It's a testament to Green Wing's sharp casting and the talent pool it drew from that so many of its performers went on to become international stars. In hindsight, it's not surprising. Green Wing may be underrated, but its influence, and its cast, have had staying power far beyond its original run.